From the depths of the ocean, a colossal force awakens, unleashing an unmatched fury. Its name, Katrina, the city's final shield. But can it withstand the wrath to come? A man-made tsunami, merciless and unstoppable. The city is being consumed. The Gulf Coast takes a direct hit. The storm surge, invisible yet catastrophic. As Katrina makes landfall, nature unleashes fury on an unprotected city. A delayed exodus. Thousands stranded, facing the nightmare head-on. Once promised as the safest refuge. Even the sanctuary's roof could not withstand Katrina. New Orleans is vanishing beneath the flood. A deadly Venice nightmare realized. Amid wind and waves, the first rescue attempts. Fragile, yet the only hope. But the warnings were clear. A historic storm with unthinkable force was coming. Some listened, some prepared. But many, for various reasons, stayed unaware or unable to leave. In control rooms, life or death decisions were being weighed. Mandatory evacuations were ordered. Emergency forces entered high alert, ready to face the unimaginable. Time was running out. The city, a ship bracing for impact. The sea stirred. Signs of wrath became unmistakable. Behind closed doors, people sought safety, with hope and silent prayers. The moment of reckoning. The monster was at the doorstep. Storm surge, Katrina's silent, lethal weapon, began swallowing land. Nothing could stand. Everything became debris. They understood what was coming. But humans can only warn, not stop nature's fury. Inside the city, water found every crack. The drainage system overwhelmed. Infrastructure failed. Power grids collapsed. Darkness swallowed fear. What once symbolized leisure, now mere playthings for the storm. A man-made flash flood, no timely warning for the people here. Water rose by the minute. Domino collapse, 1 weak link breaks. The whole defense falls. Inside these homes, peaceful lives were torn apart in seconds. Horror struck without warning. Disaster upon disaster. It wasn't just water, but toxic waste from industrial zones. The most vulnerable communities faced the most brutal devastation. Water's force turned massive objects into weapons of destruction. A desperate struggle for life in every home. Climbing higher, searching for air and hope. Even the safest, most vital places fell. Lives now hung by a thread. 80% of New Orleans submerged. A catastrophe unmatched in modern youth history. Tens of thousands trapped. No food, no water, only desperate hope for rescue. Wealth and luxury meant nothing to nature's fury. Everything was drowned. Modern structures turned into survival islands in a sea of floodwater. Isolation deepened. No way to reach loved ones, no word of their fate. The Superdome, once a symbol of hope, became a giant trap filled with despair. Not just humans suffered. Innocent animals were left behind. Even the dead were not spared. The flood respected no one and nothing. Though the storm has passed, the deadly waters rage on. Rescue efforts remain risky and difficult. Though the storm has passed, the deadly waters rage on. Rescue efforts remain risky and difficult. The first official relief begins to reach a few neighborhoods, a small drop in an ocean of need. Even as the water retreats, the danger hasn't passed. These homes could fall at any moment. Survival instincts take over. They can't wait, they must save themselves. Hurricane Katrina shocked the world. Global support begins to mobilize. A double disaster, toxic oil now threatens ecosystems and human health. Each life saved is a small victory in a brutal fight for survival. Night falls again. Another long night of waiting, fear, and unanswered questions. A new day dawns, but the nightmare remains. The city is now a rotting swamp filled with dangers. Relief efforts continue, but resources are thin and the terrain overwhelming. What they've endured will haunt them forever. Wounds of the mind outlast the body. As the water retreats, it exposes the raw, horrifying reality of destruction. Foundations of life, quite literally, have crumbled. Hundreds of thousands now homeless. Hell on earth. Inhuman conditions push people to their breaking point. The Great Exodus begins. A massive effort to move survivors to a new beginning from nothing. Amid tragedy, compassion for animals shines through. They too are victims. A grand but vital mission. Closure for grieving families. Small acts of kindness spark hope amid devastation. Katrina became global news, exposing both failure and resilience. Attention from the top, but will promises become timely action? Facing the brutal truth, the dream of home reduced to rubble. Precious memories buried. The pain is more than material. A nation united. Strangers joined hands to lift the fallen. Cold, necessary symbols, marking presence and absence alike. Temporary lives in temporary shelters. The future remains uncertain. The fight against invisible threats. Preventing epidemics is now top priority. The resilience of childhood. Even in the darkest moments, children find joy and hope. Faith and spirit become crucial anchors through adversity. The beauty of decay. The city wears scars that may never fully heal. Music rises from the ashes. The spirit of New Orleans refuses to be silenced. In the aftermath, the search for accountability begins. Costly lessons must be learned. Out of the ashes, hope for a safer future begins to take shape. Rebuilding smarter, stronger, the dream of a home still burns bright in the hearts of the youngest survivors. With the dawn comes new hope. The road ahead remains tough, but New Orleans will rise. A temporary fix for a long-term challenge. For many families, life in these containers lasted for years. Education is the foundation of rebuilding. Children's laughter returns to the classroom. Honoring a painful past to cherish the present and protect the future. The lost will not be forgotten. Science and innovation strengthen resilience for the challenges ahead. Preserving memory to educate and warn. History is a strict but vital teacher. The scars of destruction fade, making way for a vigorous rebirth. Life goes on. Love and family are the heart of resilience. Music, the eternal soul of New Orleans, echoes once again to heal and welcome. Stronger walls rise, with hope that tragedy will never strike the same way again, equipping the next generation. Prevention is the best protection. Support doesn't stop. Compassion fuels long-term recovery. A rich culinary culture helps survive and define the city's spirit. Preserving heritage. Safeguarding history for the generations to come. A stunning transformation. Proof of human will and tireless effort. The past is not forgotten, but life moves forward, planting hope on the ruins. Katrina was a wake-up call. We must act now to protect our planet. New beginnings. Faith in the city's future shines again. New Orleans' charm endures. Tourism breathes life into recovery. Music unites and heals. Art lifts spirits through every hardship, a symbol of resilience and national pride. Innocent dreams sail on waters of renewal. From the darkness of destruction, New Orleans has reclaimed the light. A testament to extraordinary resilience, these are the faces behind the miracle. Love, unity, and the will to never give up. Each new day is a chance to grow and rebuild. New Orleans has learned and it is ready for the future. Hurricane Katrina was a chapter of sorrow, but also a powerful story of resilience for New Orleans and for all of America. Always be prepared, value life, and never lose hope.